Yo, what's up? Jamal Osborne here. You guys asked for it. Here we are, first annual Kobe's Power Rankings. I'm gonna introduce my dog over here, Mr. Kobe, the man, Matthews, baby. Holla at your boy. Let's go. Tell him about yourself.
Hey, yes, sir. Everybody know me as Kobe Matthews, but a lot of people know me as Slick out there, baby. So I'm gonna give you the top 5 power picks of the week after week 11, baby, and I'm gonna let you know what it is. That's the real picks this week.
Real picks, my man. Yo, so listen, Kobe's been putting out these power rankings on Facebook for the last 11 weeks or 10 weeks. Here we are at week 11. Everybody's been asking for it, man. Everybody's been wondering who's gonna make the top 5. Well, you know what? We decided to take it from Facebook and bring it to you guys live. So here we are. In the meantime, while Kobe's bringing up those power rankings, I'm gonna be bringing up the finest bourbons out right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring up my own personal collection of bourbons that's hot right now. So we're gonna pure fine bourbon with the finest teams out there.
Yes, sir.
Right at you here in a second.
What, we drink it first?
So first and foremost, yeah, let's do this.
Let's have a shot first, and I go over the Power 5 picks. That's Slick's Power 5 picks.
And start off. Matter of fact, you know what?
What we having, bro?
We're gonna do something a little bit different. Okay. So typically, you know, when you do power rankings, you start off 5 through 1. Am I right?
Yeah.
So you brought to my attention, you kind of want to start 1 to 5.
Yeah.
And with that being said, it's because people pretty much know what the number 1 team is already. So let's switch it up a little bit. Let's see if their team makes the top 5. Who's going to be the 5th one to sneak in, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and start off the top bourbons out here. Number 1 bourbon, and then we'll go ahead and swing it right into your top 5.
Yes, sir.
Right now, my number 1 bourbon, ladies and gentlemen, personally, you know, that I have in the house is right here. It's not in the bottle because I put it in the finest crystal out there. Now this right here, guys, is Angel's Envy. You might have heard of it. One thing about Angel's Envy, what makes it so delicious is the fact that not only do they age it in bourbon barrels, they age it for 4 years because every bourbon has to be aged for 4 years, obviously. They take it out the bourbon barrels and they put it in wine barrels to get that sweet wine finish at the end. So that's where you get the real smooth taste to the Angel's Envy. It's a little bit of heavy.
Hey, I'm ready to drink.
Brought to earth.
Let's go.
So as long as you want to get a little bit of,
let's go, baby.
You want to get a little heavily.
Yes, sir.
I'll pour it heavy.
Oh, that might be too. Are we doing a shot? That might be too much, bro.
No. That's just enough, man. So with bourbon, you don't shoot a bourbon. You sip a bourbon. Bourbons are made for special occasions. Me personally, I think it's made for occasions when you're hanging out with your people, hanging out with your bros. Anytime you can chill with your boys of 20 years. We've known each other for so long. We went way back into the sales days. So, hey, cheers to you, my friend.
Cheers to you, baby. Yes, sir.
To Angel's Envy, my number 1. Ooh. How's that taste there, boy?
No, that's nice.
That's nice?
Oh, yeah,
Not
I can
too
get
bad.
Yeah.
Hey, it's better than the Cavassier.
I know, that's right. Yes, sir.
Hey, as black people, they all they all say we drink the Henny and all that. To be honest with you, I'm not a Henny guy. I'm a bourbon guy.
What?
And I've been on the bourbon for the last, 7-8 years now. So I do like a nice little Henny, though.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, Angel's Envy, number 1. 4 years, aged, and then we go ahead and put it back in a wine barrel to get that nice, sweet finish taste on it. Really nice. And let's bring it to you, Kobe.
Yes, sir. Hey, what y'all all been waiting for, baby? You know what I mean? Hey, so like you said, everybody knows who the number 1 team is. They want to start from the number 5 and end up with the number 1. I'm going to start out with the number 1 and end at the number 5 and leave it with a little bit of mystery. But as you know, the number 1 team who has the best record right now is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, I got a lot of friends out there. I know Cutter, I know Ricardo, y'all my brother, they Eagles fans. They 9-1. They look good. They just got done beating up on the Kansas City Chiefs last night, and they look good. Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift, you can see right here, this long run right here, baby, they look real nice. They showed you they can win in any kind of measure. They can come back on you. They can win the close games. They can blow you out of the water. They can do everything possible. They got the best record in the NFC and the best record in the NFL. Number 1 team, Philadelphia Eagles.
Honestly, you know what? The thing about the Eagles, it was a Super Bowl rematch last week, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So with the Super Bowl rematch, in my opinion, Kobe, I feel like the Eagles outplayed the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
They did.
You know what I mean?
They did.
But the Chiefs ended up winning. Now, in last night's game, I honestly felt like the vice versa, I felt like the Chiefs outplayed the Eagles, but the Eagles ended up winning.
Now, we wouldn't be having this conversation if Marquez Valdez-Scantling catches the long touchdown in the end zone. That could have been a touchdown. If Travis Kelce don't fumble the football.
But it was wet.
It don't matter. They're in the NFL.
They're a professional,
They professionals. If Travis Kelce, the best tight end in the NFL, don't fumble the ball inside the 10-yard line in the red zone, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But we are.
A fun fact is, I heard, obviously statistics, facts. Kansas City Chiefs, they have the most drops in the NFL.
Ooh, I heard that like 26 on.
The most drops in the NFL. And then to have a drop like that to lose the game, that's not cool.
Hey, what you think? Hey, Patrick Mahomes go back in the huddle and be like, hey, bro, you gonna catch the ball? Like what we doing right now?
Listen, I think you need to take that man and turn him into a quarterback, a corner, you know what I mean? Because back in high school, they said if you're a receiver and you can't catch the ball, that's how you become a DB. So that man needs to go ahead and get back on the defensive side.
Somebody needs to be released. Send him back to Green Bay. MVS, go back to Green Bay, bro.
That's a tough loss, ladies and gentlemen. You can't have that. So,
yes, sir.
More power to the Eagles. I hope we can tighten it up on the defensive end because they're kind of moving the ball at will. But hey, number one, there they are. Kobe's number one. For the number 2 bourbon.
Number 2 bourbon. What you got?
For the number 2 bourbon.
That's your favorite. It ain't got to be necessarily the favorite out of all of them, but it's yours. This yours.
My favorite in the house.
Oh, in the house.
Right now.
What you got in the house?
Yeah, what I got in the
so
house.
So you ain't got all the bourbons.
There's a lot of bourbon out there, Kobe.
Okay,
this is just in the house.
I thought you shit. You got.
Man, I got a good amount of bourbon in the house. But at the end of the day,
hey, he got alcohol hiding in here and shit. I don't want y'all to know that, but
Hey, you see the fire on top, right? The fire is because it don't touch. It's too hot to handle. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go ahead and bring out my personal favorite.
Oh, this is a personal favorite.
It is a personal favorite.
And number 2?
In the house, it's number 1 with the Angel in the house because I can drink that every day.
Okay.
Stag Junior.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So with the Stag Junior, this is another allocated bourbon, guys. You can't just go to the liquor store and go pick this up off the shelf. This is something that you have to wait months on months to get. The last time I found this bottle, I was in an ABC Liquor. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, the last time I got this bottle, I won a raffle at ABC Liquor.
A raffle?
Yeah. So when you go to ABC Liquor, you can actually go ahead and put your name in a raffle. And what they do is they contact you and they call you up and they're like, hey, you won the raffle. You have an opportunity to buy this bottle. So you don't just win the bottle. You just have an opportunity to buy the bottle.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shout out ABC Liquor for that one. You know what I mean? ABC Liquor. You guys been doing me right since. Hey, I've been ABC since '93. Holla at your boy.
You've been drinking since you were 17.
93. I think I was like 6 in '93. But this bourbon right here it's a fine bourbon. It's wheated bourbon. I love it. It has a high alcohol proof. I like high alcohol proof because at the end of the day, when you drink this thing, you don't need much. Again, these are bourbons you sip on. You have a good time with it. But this is super, super smooth for a high alcohol proof bourbon. And you're gonna drink this on special occasions. This one you drink on special occasions. I'm not saying like when your son turns 21 or you're, get married or whatever, but like when you haven't seen your boy in a couple of days because, you've been out of town working for a while. That's it.
Hey,
no, it's
my
good to see
dog.
you, obviously.
Yes,
so,
sir.
I ain't gonna pop it just yet because we got some good stuff on the table.
Yeah, I know. But we should have like 4 different glasses up here so we can just like take a sip of everything. We're gonna drink fast. It don't matter.
We'll play it by ear. We'll make it happen next time, Kobe.
Yes, sir.
But what that does, it brings us to our number 2 team.
Number 2 team.
All right.
Hey.
So we had the Eagles at number 1. I don't know where this team was last week prior to your rankings this week.
It was number 1. Eagles been number 1 for the past 3 weeks.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and bring up the number 2 team.
Number 2
in
team.
the NFL. Let's go ahead and share the screen. We got the Eagles still at number 1. And here we are at number 2.
The number 2 team, as you can see on the screen right now, is Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh.
Now, I'm a Steelers fan, so I don't really like saying all this, but I can't be biased. And I gotta let you know, when watching this play right here, the Nelson Aguilar, it looks sweet against the division opponent, the Cincinnati Bengals. They got the best record in the AFC at 8-3. So you can't leave them out. You can't discount the Baltimore Ravens. They got losses against quality teams. I like them as number 2. It's gonna be hard to knock those boys out. They got a good offense. They got a good defense, good coaching. They solid. So at the end of the day, we're gonna toss up to the Baltimore Ravens, even though I don't like them,
Hey, honestly, they're flying under the radar. I feel, you know what I mean? They got a really good defense. Unfortunately, they did lose Andrews, to that injury last week.
Yep.
But Lamar Jackson, he's growing up.
Yeah. He's been grown now.
I think he's been grown, but I feel like he's growing more into the position as a natural quarterback.
Hey,
when he first came out, it was run, run, run. I think it's pass run now.
Hey, they talk about it. They talk. They gotta prove it. You gotta prove it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he always talk about it too. The regular season don't mean too much, but right now, you sitting at number 2. At the end of the year, we looking for Lamar Jackson to at least go to the AFC Championship, win the Super Bowl, try to make something happen for his team. But like you say, Mark Andrews is a bit lost, but they got a good tight end, Isaiah Likely, who's a good backup, and he should fill in quite admirably.
I've always loved their coach. I always loved Harbaugh, and I think. You got Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
I don't know
if he don't get hurt.
If he doesn't get hurt, I think he can attribute for sure. He actually had a couple touchdowns in the last few weeks now.
Yeah.
So I think it's a nice little touch, but the defense has to stay, doing their thing, and obviously Lamar. I mean, if he can just keep doing what he's doing, and he's becoming a standing in the pocket, pass the quarterback, run if I have to. That's a dangerous man when you don't run first and you pass first.
Yeah.
I like that.
Stay healthy, Baltimore.
Stay healthy, baby. Hey, good pick at number 2, brother.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm gonna bring that to number 3. Number 3 bourbon in the house. You ready for this?
Yes, sir. What you got?
Number 3 bourbon in the house.
Take it off the stage.
Go ahead and put that behind you. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up.
What's that, bro? I ain't seen that before.
It's funny because in the spirit world, the bourbons I'm showing you right now, these are like high praise. This is probably the most expensive. Not probably. This is the most expensive bottle that I have in the house right
For real?
now.
You want to share how much that costs? Or you don't?
Nah, man. I don't want people to know. I don't want people to know how much I be spending for bottles for liquor. Hey, my mom might be watching. Mama, I'm still on my mom's phone plan, so I gotta. Hey, mom, I owe you for this month. But no, this bottle right here, in stores, if you were to actually buy it retail, $80-something.
Oh, yeah.
But these are resale bottles. Again, because it's allocated, you don't find these in stores on the shelf that you can just pick up and buy at retail. So right now, they're buying this aftermarket at, people are buying this aftermarket at $250 to $299. Almost $300.
That means it's $500 in the club.
$500 in the club. $500 in the club. You can double that in the club, ladies and gentlemen. Depends on what club you're going to. We live in Tampa, by the way. Everything's expensive. I'm pretty sure I went out the other night and I spent $22 for a drink. But anyway, yeah, this is a really, really, I want to say rare, but it's just rare to find. Blanton's, it's at the top of the food chain in the liquor world, in the bourbon world, per se. Very fine. Me personally, like I said, I like other bottles or other bourbons to taste, but this one is super refined. It has a really good nose to it. Not too harsh. The proof is not that much. The proof is just enough to where you can have a good time without getting plastered. And,
okay.
At the end of the day, we're not here to get drunk. And,
Who?
I am. I mean, I am trying to get right.
Shit.
But I'm trying to get. I'm trying to stay upright.
I'm trying to get wet, bro.
I'm trying to stay upright the next morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to stay upright that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that was a good one.
No, this bottle is going to be number 3 for me in the house. I've had it for months, and you can see I probably took maybe a few drinks out of it, but I would share this again with the.
Okay. Take the top off that thing, man. Put some. My glass empty.
This wasn't planned. I actually did not want to drink this. But,
What?
Well, I mean, because it's a lot of money. I didn't want to spend it.
I understand.
It's the first annual.
It's a sip. You know what I'm saying?
It's
It's our
the
first.
first
Come on,
annual.
bro.
It's the first annual.
Like, we're trying to show the people what it really is.
It's the first annual.
You can't hold back. Look, he poured me a little.
Damn, I'm being a Jew with the bourbon. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Let me finish this one real quick.
I didn't mean to be a Jew with the bourbon.
This ain't even a sip.
Bro, you don't sip it.
Oh, so
I mean, you don't. Yeah. That's
So what you do? If you don't sip it, what you do?
First of all, when you sip a bourbon, you let it hit your palate.
Your palate.
You know what a palate is?
Well, I learned back in the day, like when I grew up, a pallet was like you lay a pallet down on the floor when you ain't have no bed. My grandma and my mom would say, "Hey, lay a pallet down that floor, boy."
Not a box palate, man. This guy, dude. Let's bring it back to reality. A palate. Your palate, ladies and gentlemen. Touch your tongue. So what I like to do before I sip a fine bourbon is I like to get the nose. You get the smell of it. Okay. You can smell the wood. Every bourbon is pretty special because it comes from a different tree, and then you have to have it obviously sitting in a barrel for 4 years. So when you sit, you get the nose of it, get a little swirl around.
Okay.
And then I just let it touch the palate. Touch the
Top of my tongue. The front of my tongue, excuse me. You touch the front?
And then you let it sit on your tongue. you know, you get that warm feeling, that warm fuzzy feeling all over your body.
Oh, yeah.
And then you put it down.
I got a little kick to him. I got a little kick to
Little
it.
kick to it. Little kick. The higher bourbons usually have the kick.
So what this is, number 3?
That's number 3 for me.
So I can go over number 3 right now, number 3 team in NFL.
Boom, let's do it. Here
We got number 3, Slick's top 5 power picks. As y'all can see, we got the Detroit Lions. I got a couple Detroit Lions fans on my Facebook. They been hitting me up, be like, bro, where the Lions at? Bro, where the Lions at? They was number 5 last week.
They were number 5?
They was number 5
On your
last
list.
week. Yeah,
Yes, okay.
I like them number 3.
Okay.
They got the W. The reason why I got them number 3 is, okay, yeah, they played the Chicago Bears. Not a good team, but it's a division game. They got the W. And not only that, bro, they got the second best record in the NFC. They 8-2. They only lost 2 games. They lost to the Baltimore Ravens, who I got number 2.
That's true.
And they lost to the Seattle Seahawks, who I got unranked.
Okay.
That's a giveaway.
That's fair.
But at the end of the day, I like the Detroit Lions. Their defense good. Jared Goff, they got a great offense, good defense. They super, super solid. If you got any questions or any problems with that pick, you can holler at me on my DMs.
So let me put my thought into the Detroit Lions. So everybody that knows me, I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan.
Boo.
Hey man, you know what? One thing about the Vikings is we're always mediocre.
We ain't talking about the Vikings.
I know we're not, but I had to do one little shout out.
Y'all lost.
So I know. I don't even want to bring that up right now.
Losers.
What I hated about this game against the Bears, it was the Bears. It should have been an easy win.
Division game though.
It is a division game, but
them
Bears
always
suck.
tough. Okay, it don't matter. It's always tough. Did they get the W?
Bro, they got the W.
They got the
But
W.
what scares me about the W is the fact that these guys were down 12 with less than 3 minutes, maybe 3.5 minutes left to go in this game.
Hey.
The fact that they came back and won this game, the only thing I'm afraid of is the fact that it gave that team so much more morale. It just boosted the morale on that team. That's really what I wanted to get at. Like, they're 7-2, 8-2 now, right? 8-2 now.
Hey.
The fact that they can go into a division game, a game that they should have went over there and trampled them, but they went out there, they fell behind, and they still found a way to win.
That's a sign of a good team.
That's a sign of a good
That's a
team.
good- that's
I
a sign of
don't
a
want
good
to believe the Detroit Lions are a good team.
Bro,
that's
only
what
got-
I'm saying.
They got 2 losses. They lost to the Seahawks early in the year, and they got trounced by the
accept it.
Ravens.
I'll tell you what. I'll take them over the Packers winning a division title again. I will say that. But damn, they were not supposed to be in the picture.
They gonna win the division.
No.
You mad?
I can go on and on about the Vikings.
Yeah, they gonna be the
schedule
Vikings.
and the 2 games we have against the Lions with the last 3 games left in the season. 2 out of 3.
Hey.
It's gonna come close. Hey, mark me now on this podcast.
No,
it
you
will
don't.
be close.
No, you don't. But
It
mark
will be
me
close.
down, please. Hey, give me the camera.
All right.
Mark me down. The Detroit Lions will win the division. Minnesota Vikings, they not gonna make the playoffs.
Not gonna make the
They're
playoffs.
not gonna make the playoffs.
$50.
How much you want to bet?
$50. So
$50.
$50. No, it's not crazy.
Hey, we got proof right here, baby.
$50.
The Minnesota Vikings,
Vikings
not gonna make the playoffs. Guaranteed the Vikings.
I was gonna make a
Y'all lost to the
run
Broncos.
at the division title.
Y'all lost to the Broncos.
So the Broncos on the
They
street.
trash.
All right, man.
You lost to a trash
Hey,
ass
ladies and
team.
gentlemen, you heard it first. All right.
Yeah,
I
okay.
got you, all right?
I would toast me. They ain't got nothing. That's what the
All right.
Vikings got.
All
Nothing.
All right. Remember that, man.
I ain't got no bourbon in my
I
cup.
know you ain't got a bourbon.
I
I'm gonna
told you
pour
that.
bourbon right now. I'm still enjoying my blands because this is the most expensive one. I don't sit here and drink this. This right here in this little cup right here would last me probably about
Bro, you supposed to be
30
the,
minutes. 30 minutes I would
You
sip
supposed to
on
be
that.
the drinker. I ain't really the drinker like
Hey,
that.
let's bring it to number 4 bourbon of the night, all right? So I'm gonna bring out
Put this
the
in the
number
back.
4 bourbon. Yeah, put that in the back.
In the back of the bus.
All right, so we got Woodville. So Woodville's bourbon.
Okay.
This is a Kentucky bourbon. This is a wonderful bourbon. It's 45% alcohol, 90 proof. So again, it's a nice bourbon, not too harsh, on the palate, but just enough to do the damage, if you know what I mean. So one thing I like about Woodville bourbon, I like the bottle. The bottle is actually what
Nice little
attracted
sleek
me
bottle.
to it.
Yes, sir.
It is a nice little sleek, bottle here. But it's an affordable bottle. So this is an everyday. I like everyday drinkers that taste well because you can go ahead and spend the $200, $300 bottle on bourbons and then you gotta fork up that money and then it's gonna be done in like a day or 2.
Mm-hmm.
This I can come back to. It's a bourbon I can enjoy night in, night out. It was established in 2010. It has a vanilla, like abstract taste to it. So you don't get it right off rip, Kobe. We're going to taste it here in a second, but it's
Yeah.
just enough to where you're like, man, that tastes like a little slice of heaven. You know what I mean?
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna pour you one, and I'm gonna just sip my.
You still got some in there. I see the brown at the bottom of your glass.
You know how much money that? Hey, that's $25 right there.
Still got he still got
$25 in the cup.
glass, y'all. I'm telling you.
Jeez Louise. See, hey, you can have as much as you want as this. You can have as much as you want as this.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, cool. So I'll have a little sip with you. I'm gonna finish this.
Yeah, go ahead. Nah, finish it, then you toast. God damn.
I'm sorry. All right. So we'll go ahead and pour a little bit of this in here because.
Okay.
So let's save it for the next one.
Okay.
So yeah, on the nose. Go ahead and smell
number 4?
Get the nose of it. What does it smell like? What does your
Smell like
senses pick up?
smell like liquor. It smell like Team Spirit.
Team Spirit.
Hey.
Honestly, it smells like a cinnamon taste.
Yeah, it do got
a cinnamon
like
nose.
a
Even though I said
it do.
vanilla, it does have like a cinnamon nose to it right off rip.
Yes, sir.
You don't really smell too much of the alcohol content. I don't. You said you smelled it and it smelled like liquor. So if you smell it and it smells like liquor, then it might be a little too strong for you.
Hey.
But for me, it smells like roses.
Okay. What's his number 4?
It's number 4.
All right.
Woodville's liquor. Again, great, not too harsh on the palate, but affordable. A great everyday bourbon.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bang. Hey. And that lead us to the number 4 team in the NFL right now. That's slick.
Spicy.
Top 5 power picks. Number 4.
Number 4. Let's see what we got here. Number 4. All right.
Yeah,
And
cue that up for me, boss.
can we say where this team was last week?
This team was I think I had them at number 3 last week.
All right, number 3 last
I had this team number 3 last week. It's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and put the mirror on. And you heard it first already.
Yeah,
It is
flat.
the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay,
But
okay.
let's go ahead and see what they did last week here. Kansas City Chiefs coming at
He
you.
drunk, y'all.
Okay.
Hey, the number 4 team right now is the Kansas City Chiefs. We just got done watching these folks last night against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's my main man, Travis Kelce, right there. But they took an L. But if you lose to the best team in the NFL, you can't drop down too far. They still got the second best record in the AFC.
They do.
After the Baltimore Ravens. They gonna be hard to beat. They is the defending champions.
They are the defending
They
champions.
just lost to the team that wanted sweet revenge on their ass last year. So they don't drop down too far. They can't drop out of the top 5, in my opinion. They got Patrick Mahomes. They got Isaiah Pacheco. They got Travis Kelce. They got weapons all over the defensive side of the football.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, they gonna be hard to beat. So I got the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid in them.
I like
Number
that.
4.
I like that pick. I like him at number 4. You know.
Andy Reid in them.
Well, you can't go wrong with Andy Reid. Andy Reid's been doing it for what? So long.
So
Matter of
long.
fact, Andy Reid coached both
The
those,
Eagles, yeah.
both those teams.
He beat them
Matter of
last year, took an L this time.
Who has he coached longer?
Huh?
He coached the Eagles longer or the Kansas City Chiefs? Where is he at now?
I think he coached the Eagles
longer, right?
I think he coached the Eagles longer.
The one thing about the Chiefs, though, like you said, you can't go wrong with them. You got the best quarterback in the NFL, and you got Travis Kelce. Hey, shout out to all my Swifties. Holler.
The Swifties.
The Swifties.
Hey, nah.
It's
You know,
Swift-
hey, you know what
Swiftie
though? I
power.
was reading. Look, you talking about the Swifties? I
Yeah.
was reading on my little Yahoo app, right? Because I got Travis Kelce on my fantasy team, and one of the notes said, "Oh, Travis Kelce didn't do that well because Tay-Tay wasn't in appearance." Who is Tay-Tay? They calling her Tay-Tay
They
now?
got nicknames now for her. Tay-Tay.
I got a homeboy. His name Tay-Tay. He played for C-Sun. He a baller in basketball. He a ball. His name is Tay-Tay.
His name is Tay-Tay.
Not Taylor Swift.
Taylor
We're
Swift.
not giving her those nicknames, man. And I know y'all don't want to hear nothing about no Taylor Swift. Me, myself included. I'm tired of hearing about the girl. But at the end of the day,
I'll tell you what.
Tay-Tay, she wasn't there. They took a loss. Maybe you need to come to the games every game.
I tell you what, I hope she's not at the games anymore. Because
too.
me and my buddies, we started playing those games where you drink every time you see Taylor Swift. Boy, I'll tell you what. I was drunk in the first 15 minutes of the game.
I'm sick of it.
Sick of
Sick
it.
of
man.
it.
Nah.
Sorry,
I think
Taylor.
it's cool for them.
I
to
like
talk.
you, Taylor, but
I
it's
think
not like that.
I think they're a legit couple. I thought it was like a publicity stunt or whatever. But I did see him at her.
Obviously.
I did see him at her concert.
Yeah, she shot him out. Yeah, she shot him
saw
out.
those?
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs play for the Chiefs. We don't want to hear
Karma
about
is
that.
a Kansas City Chief or some shit. Or
You won't know.
What? Tight end on the
Do you
Chiefs,
really
but
care?
Anyway,
Do it if you watch football. Do you really care?
it's a fun story. Whatever.
Come on, bro.
I don't.
Come on,
But yeah, at number 4, I do think they're a great pick. So
Okay.
I do like them.
Okay.
Sweet.
Some people got them out of the top 5, but they got the second best
you
record in the
can't.
AFC.
They're
Like,
the
what are we talking
defending
about?
champs. They got the target on the back. It's theirs to lose.
100%.
All
100%.
right, sweet. Cheers.
Yes, sir. Cheers. One more. Make sure you finish your fucking brown out your cup.
God damn. You do
Okay.
the whole purpose of
Okay.
bourbon.
It don't matter. We on number 5 right now. This is
We
the
are.
last one, so we got to drink until it's over.
Number 5.
Number 5. What you got down there?
So actually, you saw 3 bottles and then 2 decanters. So I had the Angel's Envy, obviously in the bottle number 1.
Okay.
In bottle number 2, I have a mystery bourbon.
What's that?
A mystery bourbon. It's called mystery bourbon. It's
No,
actually
it
the
ain't
name-
called mystery
It's
bourbon.
actually the name of it, mystery bourbon.
That's why you put it in there?
I call it mystery bourbon.
Okay.
So when friends come over, this is their go-to.
Okay.
This is what I pour for everybody right here.
Why so full?
I just refilled it.
Oh.
I refilled it for you actually.
Oh,
Because
okay,
before we started the podcast, there was nothing in any of these bottles, but I
Okay.
had to refill them. So
right.
you're welcome.
Okay, I appreciate you. God damn.
So what I have in here is they actually make a rye as well. This is a Whistle Pig 6-year bourbon. You know what Whistle Pig is?
Nope.
Okay, good talk.
Let me know. I don't know.
It's a bourbon.
It's a pig that
So,
whistle.
No, Whistle Pig is honestly, I should.
You don't even know.
I should know a little bit more about Whistle Pig. I just started drinking Whistle Pig. I want to say maybe within the last 5 months.
Okay.
Only because I had Whistle Pig once before and it was a rye, and the rye, for whatever reason, I do not like ryes. I have a few that I've tried and they were all right, but I don't know. I like the bourbon because you have the corn in the bourbon. It's a lot more sweeter. And in order for a bourbon to be a bourbon, it has to be 51% corn. So there's a lot more corn in the Whistle Pig 6 years.
I love corn.
So this is a very sweet bourbon, super sweet. Okay. So I wouldn't mix this with like an old fashioned. Typically I would mix an old fashioned with like the Buffalo Trace or, Woodford. I've even done it with Angel's Envy.
Yeah.
But 6 years, you know how I told you an average bourbon has to be sitting for 4 years in a barrel? This was actually aged for 6.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So aged for 6, shout out the barrel. They put it on the shelves. It has a nice real bottle to it. I don't have the bottle anymore, but this is my number 5 because 1, this has a retail. I should have been giving you the retail on a lot of the bottles. I'll remember to tighten that up next time. But this has a retail about $56, $58
Okay.
in the stores. Retail. You can find that. In
Can you
pretty
get
much-
drunk?
Yeah, you can get drunk,
All right,
man.
that's all I
Man,
That's all I need to know.
I remember my first beer. Can you get drunk? Just get drunk. Bro, we don't get drunk anymore. We have a good time.
It's all right. At the end of the day, if too many sips, you get drunk. Isn't that right?
That's fair.
I gotta drive.
You get it. So I'm gonna pour you a little bit of the Whistle Pig. Can you tell me what you actually smell from the nose on this one?
A pig that whistle.
And then let it hit the palate, sit on the tongue, and then absorb it into your body.
Damn, that's crazy.
Now, how does that one smell compared to the other one? Because the other one was a little bit more spicy, the last one we just had.
I don't know what this smells like.
You know what that smells like?
I don't know.
All right, I gotta open up your palate.
I gotta taste it first.
One thing that I do, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, is I love getting new bourbon when I go out and about. I ask the bartender to pour it into a couple separate, little, obviously bourbon glasses. And I don't want him to tell me what they are. I just point out maybe 2 or 3 that I see that I like. He brings them to me, just a small little taste. And I see what my palate likes. Afterwards, obviously, then I find out what they are. And that's how I develop my palate. So if you ever want to develop your palate, Kobe, stop drinking the Heineken. You still drinking Heinekens, by the way?
Yeah, you know that. If I drink a beer, it's gonna be Heineken.
I know you love Heineken. I know
Hey,
this
I
guy
don't.
for
I
so
don't do
damn
domestic.
long.
I don't
Man,
do domestic beer.
This man been living
import.
off Heineken for the longest time, man. Longest time. But this is where we're at now. So when you do that, go to a bar, go to a nice restaurant, pick out 3 or 4 bourbons. When you pick out the 3 or 4 bourbons, just have them bring it to you, and you do a blind taste. You figure out what your palate likes, and then that's how you get to develop what you enjoy about bourbon.
Yes, sir. So what that is? Number 5.
That's number 5. Hey, Kobe. How you feeling?
I feel great, but after about 5 shots, I don't know if I.
With the amount
I gotta drive.
with the amount of bourbon we drank, which wasn't a lot,
It wasn't.
but I usually sip my bourbons, and like the amount we have, probably I wouldn't drink in maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
what we
that's, I'm just saying I'm having a good time.
Okay.
Anyway. Anywho. Now that Mr. Osborne, aka J Smooth, completed his top 5 bourbons. Yeah, no hate. I'm gonna go ahead and let Kobe top it off with his number 5. This is what we all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. The number 5 power ranking of week 11. Who made it in?
Hey, who made it in? You know what I mean?
Let's go ahead and finish it off. Who do we got here, Kobe?
I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know that right off the top. I know other website, whatever you want to call it, they do it from number 5 to number 1. We doing it from number 1 to number 5. We had the Eagles number 1. We had the Ravens number 2, the Lions number 3, the Chiefs number 4, and the number 5 pick. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. It's not who you think it is.
Well, it's on the screen.
Oh shit, my bad. That came from too much. It's the Cleveland mother-effing Browns. You know what I mean? And the Cleveland Browns, they tough. They 7-3. They just got done whooping up on my team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And guess what? They the winners of the. Hey, listen. They won 5 of the last 6 games. They beat the Steelers. Mm-hmm. They beat the Ravens. They beat.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, they beat the 49ers. Okay. I think we forgot about that.
They did.
They
were the first team to start their losing streak.
What?
They were the first team to start their losing streak.
They got a rookie quarterback, Thompson Robinson, right. DTR is what they call him.
Sounds like a car.
I know sometimes in the power rankings we kind of judge them by the quarterback, but at the end of the day, if you can win with a quarterback like that and a defense like that, they might make some noise. No. Even though I don't like saying that though, but it's the Cleveland Browns. They got some quality wins. Hey. We got to watch out for them.
I like it. I like them as number 5. I wasn't.
Nobody expected the Cleveland. I know you didn't expect the Cleveland Browns.
But their record speaks for it.
They 7-3. 7-3. Somebody say, oh, what about the Dolphins? What about the 49ers? No.
I mean,
the Cleveland Browns.
Says it all. I mean, 7-3.
How many teams out there 7-3?
How are they doing it? How are they doing it?
They just defense.
Defense?
They
can do that.
Myles Garrett.
They got the number 1 defense.
Myles Garrett.
Defense. Number 1 defense in what statistical stat?
Look, it's a lot.
Points?
No. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Per game or I didn't look that up.
I'm gonna tell you right now. A lot of that stuff don't even matter, bro. But when you look at
situational,
when you look at it, how it's situational, the teams that be playing, and you know that you got the catalyst to all this, bro, is Myles Garrett. He arguably probably the best defensive player in the league next to TJ Watt.
Okay.
Who's a Steeler.
Okay.
But he showed that he might be a little bit better than TJ Watt this week, man. But you know, I give him his flowers right now. Cleveland Browns, number 5 team.
I like it. I like it a lot, ladies and gentlemen. And
that's it, ain't it?
Well, I was gonna go with over honorable mentions, but
we can go to honorable mentions. Everybody want to know what they team late. We got honorable mentions. We can go through all of them. I had 4 of them. But I don't know if you want to go through all of them, but it'll be a quick session.
But yeah, all right. So honorable mention number 1.
All right, number 1.
When it comes to honorable mention, this is a team that's on the outside looking in.
Yeah, outside looking in.
And on their way to possibly making it in.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
We're gonna give 2, and I want to give a team that's on their way out.
Okay, on their way out.
Yeah.
Out of the honorable mentions.
Or that had been in and been out, and might not see the top 5 in a while.
Okay, but so
let's start with who's on the outside looking in.
And that could the team that I want to go over is, I hate this team. It's the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, why'd you have to say that? Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this has been brought to you by Vivint Smart Home. If you're looking to be protected, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this has been brought to you by, God damn it, Vivint Smart Home. If you're looking to be protected, holla at your boy, Mr. Osborne. I'm your Smart Home Pro. All right. Go ahead.
We talk about the Dallas Cowboys. I never had them in my top 5 after 10 weeks, 11 weeks. And they've been getting W's after W. Dak Prescott playing good. Their defense, Michael Parsons, all them cats is balling right now. And
I'm not sold on the Cowboys, but they are a decent team.
They're a regular season team.
They're a regular season team.
When they get to the playoffs, right now they good. They outside looking in, they all right. They're all right. They've been balling. They've been winning. If you go back and look at the stats, Dak Prescott been doing his thing. The defense been shutting people down.
Does his thing in the regular season. I like the fact that you said that they're a regular season team.
But
Let's leave it at that.
the thing about it is I haven't had them in my top 5 all year, and it's been. And I got some Cowboys fans on my Facebook profile asking me, where the Cowboys at? They should be in. No, they shouldn't. They're gonna be in honorable mention all year. Right. That's where they lay at.
All right. That's your honorable mention. That's on their
that's
way out. Who's on their way out? Who's further from the 5 that should be there, but it's making their way out?
Me personally, I'm gonna probably say the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins, because they got W's. They got an explosive offense. They got Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa, and but here's the thing though, they ain't beat nobody. Go back. I want y'all to go back and look at the schedule and see who they played. They ain't played nobody.
I can't tell you that.
Hold on. The teams that they lost to,
yeah.
The good teams that they lost to, they got blew out. Every game that they lost, they got blew out.
Okay.
They're in the worst. They're probably in the worst division. They get to play the New England Patriots. They get to play the New York Jets. They ain't played nobody.
Well, I agree with that. Cowboys, I want so much on. Personally, as a Vikings fan, we lost to the Denver Broncos on the 3.
Why are you bringing up the Vikings? Nobody. Look, we was just talking about.
Bring up my team somewhere.
We was talking about the outside teams looking in, and you somehow had to bring up the Vikings. You ain't see me bring up.
I'm on the Josh Dobbs train, the pastronaut, just because we got that loss last week.
You didn't see me talking about. Did you see me talking about the
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh?
T.J. Watt.
I didn't bring.
You brought up T.J. Watt.
You right about that, but I ain't bring up the Steelers though like that.
Okay.
We 6-4.
I'm bringing up Josh Dobbs, but I'm just saying my honorable mention
is the Vikings.
Is the Broncos.
The Broncos.
A 4-game win streak. I don't know what it is. They're winning.
So you think the Broncos gonna make the playoffs?
I don't think they're gonna make the playoff. I'm just taking the team that's been shitty now is on a streak. I just want somebody that nobody thought about.
So you want to
now in the mix.
So they deserve recognition.
They just deserve a little.
They don't
Even
deserve.
though I hate
They don't
them,
deserve
even though I don't
nothing.
care for them.
Not in my book. They don't deserve nothing.
Right.
They still trash.
They are trash. Whatever.
They still trash. Just cause what? They beat the Vikings. Now they good.
No, they beat the Chiefs. They beat
And the Bills. The Bills ain't that good.
Doesn't matter.
The Chiefs lost 2 of their last
They're
3.
still gonna be all
I got them in
playoff
my
teams.
top 5, but it's. I mean, whatever.
Hey, you said it all, ladies and gentlemen. You said it all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for enjoying this time with us on the
First annual, y'all.
Matthews, J Maul, aka J Smooth Power Rankings. Hey, Bourbon and Footballs. Chair.
Yes, sir.
To my dog for coming through.
Hey,
Appreciate
you already know.
$50 Vikings making the playoffs. My ass. We're gonna.
Oh yeah. Hey, remember that we got that on film now.
Easy money.
Hold on, let me ask you one more question.
What?
Let's make a bet. Let's make one more bet.
Come on, man. What is it?
Who gonna have a better record, the Vikings or the Steelers?
The Vikings. Another 50?
Another 50.
Let's go.
Another 50. Vikings and the Steelers. Guaranteed. That's easy money. Oh yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate y'all. Yes, sir.